You have no idea the amount of ignorant mess we're about to get into right now.
Hello and welcome to a brand new preview episode for Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, different format because we're all in studio this time. So this is a preview episode for episode 124. So we were going to do one movie, but we decided that we were going to pull an audible and do a movie, a little-known movie that we think maybe people would be interested in. What was it? Black Panther. That's what we're doing. We decided, fuck waiting for clips. We're going to do it. Everybody wants to talk about it. By the time it comes out next week, most of you, if you are in fact black, would have seen it 14 times, I assume. But we are going to do the new Marvel movie. This is our first Marvel movie that we're doing on the show. Mike and I have seen it at this point. Terrence, you're seeing it tomorrow.
Yep.
It's not... one of the reasons why we are doing it isn't just because, hey, it's a popular black movie, but because there's actually a lot to this movie, a lot more than meets the eye. So it's not just a Marvel movie about superheroes. There's a lot under the surface. So there's plenty to talk about. So look forward to that. I know a lot of people were pushing for us to do it. Guess what? We're doing it. Random topic of the week. We decided we'll just go back and talk about this Quincy Jones interview he did with Variety, I think,
Vulture or something
like that. And just the hilarious highlights
and how good it is to be old and black.
Yeah, I think that's probably my biggest takeaway.
Yeah, like I can't wait to level up to level 85, and if I'm still around, boy, like fuck being over 9,000, just get to 85 and you be all right.
Yeah, I mean, look, Quincy Jones is at a point in his life where it's like, some people are like, oh, is he making it up? I'm like, yo, he's Quincy Jones. He doesn't need to make up anything for attention.
He's got no reason to make anything
he
up.
made Thriller, nigga. That's enough. That is enough of a reason for the rest of his life. He can say whatever he wants. Yeah, I found the parts of the interview that I, the little snippets that I read about, that shit was hilarious. And it's only hilarious from the perspective of just imagining an old black dude talking to someone about music and be like, you know, I used to date Ivanka Trump. Like, no big deal. Like, yo, what?
Yeah, that motherfucker was fine, boy. She had some legs on her, boy. Woo! That motherfucker was fine. She had a fucked up daddy, though, but yeah.
Like, nigga, we was talking about, like, heal the world. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, I healed something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't realize... I have to tell you, I didn't realize Quincy Jones was so fucking ratchet. Like, I just didn't. I just thought Quincy Jones was kind of like a real, like, laid back, pretty, reasonable dude. In this interview, he's like a super capable guy, but he just does not give. He can't find a fuck to give in this interview.
Right, he just a nigga from Chicago.
Yeah, it really is.
It's, like, I didn't read the interview, but like the clips that I heard from it or read from it, like, why would he make that shit up?
I can't imagine.
What's the purpose?
Right.
Like, he might be dead next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got nothing to lose. He's got nothing to gain. He's made all the money that he needs.
And, I mean, some of those stories have been corroborated.
Yeah.
That Rich Brian story was corroborated right away.
Yeah.
His ex-wife was like, nah.
Yeah, I caught him.
Yeah.
Cheating with a dude. Like,
She was like, I tried to kill him.
yeah, I tried to murder that nigga. Like, well,
Okay, so that was one of the things is that he says Richard Pryor slept with Marlon Brando.
apparently Marlon Brando slept with anything.
Yeah. I mean, look,
everything.
Marlon Brando...
He would have fucked a Roomba if it was out back.
He was like, what is that?
Hot walking around on that fucking floor right there.
This thing's got it coming.
That thing is doing a real good job at sucking. Suck something else.
Like, Marlon, calm down.
You're
80. But apparently, Brando, like you said, slept with everybody, any and everybody. But it's kind of interesting, like, that he slept with Pryor, and then apparently he also slept with Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
And also...
that name brings a whole...
Well, and it was funny because I'm pretty sure in the interview or somewhere else I was reading that Marvin Gaye added the E onto his name so that to try to throw people off the idea that he in fact was gay. which one is
that
ridiculous. Two,
is that true? Is that what he said?
Apparently, yeah. I think it's in the Jones interview. So, like, one, it doesn't really help your story if, like, they'll never know because I'm going to add an E. If you're blowing dudes in the back, like, this, who cares? Like, but it is kind of funny in the time.
A lot of people, yeah. This was back in the 60s and the 70s.
Yeah.
A lot of people cared.
Apparently. Does it, and he also said Marlon Brando fuck James Baldwin as well.
Well,
I mean,
I kind of
James Baldwin, openly gay. Like, that's not a big accomplishment, Brando.
I mean, is it coincidence that the biggest names that have come out of that Marlon Brando has had sex with are all black dudes?
Yeah, I feel like Marlon Brando
I think
might have been down for the swirl.
Yeah, like Marlon Brando really, really liked the chocolate pudding pop. Like, he really did, yo.
Which brings to the question. The question.
Hey, by the way, we're not laughing because it's gay. We're laughing just because we're children.
No, which begs the question: was he a top or a bottom?
Oh, I think he did it all.
Yeah, I feel like
probably, but I feel like you think it may have been like a fetish.
I can see that.
Like,
I can see that.
Do y'all really have bigger dicks?
Right.
Absolutely. We'll see about it. Like, we'll see about. Oh, Jesus!
I was in Streetcar Named Desire. Like, all right, let's calm down. I do think it's kind of interesting, like, seeing some of the responses to this story. One, people were just like, okay.
My first was, I was like, what the fuck? Okay,
this is random.
Fucking bizarre. Yeah,
right.
Like, it's incredibly. I'm like, what the fuck? Huh? Oh, well.
Like, yeah, because there was no rollout to the interview.
Yeah,
like,
it was like, bam.
Yeah, like Quincy Jones is going to give him a salacious interview that's going to tell all the secrets of Hollywood. And you're like, okay, like, oh shit, this shit's coming tomorrow. Like, I can't wait to read. No, they were just like, nah, Marvin Gaye, fuck Marlon Brando. You're like, wait, nigga, it's Tuesday. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Huh?
Marlon Brando fucked a lot of gay black dudes, and I know who killed Kennedy. This motherfucker. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Do you like bossa nova music? Like,
wait a minute. This interview is just off the rails.
It really was. So, okay, but here's one of the, like, bigger points. I found the response, besides the, like, just this general shock, which makes sense, right? Like, you know, I mean, I don't think the Richard Pryor thing was all that. It was kind of like an open secret. Like, apparently he gave a speech at an LGBT like event back in like the 70s or whatever, talking about like their racism and stuff like that. Like, that seems like a weird thing for you to talk about. Like, but it was because he was bi, right? So it was kind of
I never knew.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Some people were kind of schooling me on that. And he mentioned he has made a number of jokes about stuff like that in like past albums and things like that. And people just like, ha, Richard, you're crazy. It's like, nah, nigga, I'm serious.
Art
like,
imitates life, nigga.
It's just for real. But I thought the general response outside of the shock was kind of interesting, right? Our generation seemed to kind of be like, okay.
Yeah, whatever, yo.
That I thought that was kind of amazing. Like, in light of what has happened, like with the gay movement and everything else, and like it goes to show you how far the acceptance has become. That just like there are not a bunch of think pieces like they're trying to take down the Asiatic black man. People are just like, all right, nigga, like who cares? Like, is Richard Pryor still funny? Yes. Is Marvin Gaye? Look, am I gonna listen to Let's Get It On maybe slightly differently? Like, yeah.
Who was he singing to? Was he singing to Martin?
Like, I was listening to a podcast and they were like, they're like, yeah, what's going on? What's going on, Marvin? Like, trying to find out. But I mean, it doesn't change the music for me. It doesn't change the comedy. It doesn't change their works for me. I don't care. Like, but I just thought the response at least for our generation was actually pretty mature. I was like, good, thank you. Like, we didn't flip out. Although I did see a couple people like, oh, don't tell me Marvin's gay. I'm like, why does that fucking matter? Was he trying to fuck your mom? Like, why?
Because he was singing them songs to me. That's why.
Like,
and I don't want to be gay. What? Huh?
Right? I'm confused.
Like, come on,
I know you are. Like, I just thought that was interesting.
Jesus Christ! You can still have sex with your wife or whatever and listen to "Let's Get It On." God damn.
And I will.
God damn, I hate dudes. I do, yo.
I can't listen to this shit no more.
Stupid.
No, we can be a tad ridiculous. We can be a tad ridiculous. But like, yeah, it's not gonna change. Look, I was just listening to a Marvin Gaye song. Like, it was just like in my playlist when it came on. I was just like, yeah, I still like the song. It's really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, sorry,
Yeah, it's just
Be more upset that Tyrese sang that shit to his daughter.
nigga. That is
that's
unacceptable behavior.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
sexual.
gross.
Isn't your daughter like 10? And isn't she your daughter? What are you, Donald Trump? Get out of here.
Even if you change the words, which he kind of did, like, nah, nigga, it's the sexual
Nah, yo,
healing.
we know
melody.
that
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like,
Like,
no,
the
that's-
melody
that's
is still there.
inappropriate.
Yeah.
Pick another song.
Literally any other song.
Like, can I use "Let's Get It On"? Don't do that.
Another story I 100% believe Michael Jackson was a thief and a cheap ass and didn't pay nobody nothing.
Oh, 100%, 100% believe that. Yo, so it was funny because I was at a party the other day, and somebody at the party, we were talking about this, and they were like, "Oh, I don't believe that." I was like, "Yo, Michael Jackson was like one of the shrewdest businessmen in music history. Are you kidding me?" Yo, he was like, "Hey, Paul McCartney, do you guys own the rights to the Beatles?" He was like, "No, we don't." He's like, "Oh, you should probably buy those." He's like, "Yeah, it's probably a good idea." And he turned around, bought all the fucking rights to his shit.
Right.
Yo, what the fuck? I mean, like, yo, Michael, what the hell? He was like, "Sorry, bitch, you fucked up." And then he just fucking walked out of there. Like, no, he was a shrewd businessman. I absolutely believe it.
Yeah.
So that brings up a good point. Does Michael Jackson like stealing music as far as, I mean, obviously he's going to put his own spin on it, right?
Right.
Does that take anything away from his ability as a musician to you?
No. Look, most people think that like musicians write all their own stuff.
Beyonce doesn't write all
right.
of
No,
her
they
music?
don't. They don't. And look, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn.
Ghostwriters are for.
Right. I don't give a damn what who wrote Man in the Mirror. Like, that shit was fucking awesome. Like, I don't give a damn who wrote Smooth Criminal. It's my favorite Michael Jackson song.
Is it?
It is. I really like that song. Yeah, I really do like that song.
Was that one of the songs you danced?
Yeah,
with at
at my
your
wedding. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I really like that song. The
Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
The DJ played it at the end of the night though, because I was fucking tired of shit. I'm like, fuck, I can't get up here and start fucking peacocking for my wife. I'm fucking tired, man.
Like, next song.
Right.
Song. Play
Go to sexual healing.
Right. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Play that Tyrese daughter song. Like, oh man. Yeah, I totally believe that. It doesn't change anything for me at all. What about you?
No, it doesn't. Like, the one thing about Michael Jackson, even if he did steal all the music, like, he had one of the most unique voices. Like, I don't think, like, nobody's voice was like his. Even to this day. Like, people try to emulate him.
Right.
Like, he had a really unique voice. And it's weird, like, his voice doesn't necessarily lend itself to someone who could really, really sing, but he could. Because he could sing as a kid. Right, like he
his
could blow
voice
as a
didn't
kid.
really change
His
much
voice.
after that. I mean, one could argue it's
It's
personally.
like, that's the one thing about Michael Jackson that like no one ever really talks about. Like, yeah, he was a great showman, but he has one of the most unique voices in musical history.
Yeah,
That-
you're absolutely
So
right.
yeah, that's one thing that you can't take away from him, even if he did steal all this music, which is pretty fucking funny to me, actually. But,
You know, it was funny because I was listening to a conversation about this, and they were making the point of people generally don't get upset about singers taking music written by someone else, but they do get really upset when rappers do it. And
Well, because the whole point of, a rapper is to show your prowess, your linguistic skills, right?
right, and I thought that was interesting. They described it as, in rap, it is your skill is your mind. Right.
Yeah.
And in singing, it's your voice. So it doesn't matter what you're singing as long as you can sing. Right. So I thought that was an
yeah,
interesting.
like take that. Black Thought had that 9-minute joint
right.
on Funkmaster Flex.
How
9 minute
insane.
straights.
Right.
Like, if he stole that, fuck you, nigga. Like,
Yeah, that would not be acceptable.
That's unacceptable. But like, if somebody's singing somebody else's shit, like, could the other person sing it?
Right.
That's
I could
the
write a
difference.
song.
Yeah.
I'm damn sure not gonna sing the shit.
Like, nah, look, you don't want that.
Right.
Nobody wants that. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. The other thing, the other big part was that Quincy Jones said that the Beatles, when he first met them, were fucking terrible musicians.
He was like, the Beatles are trash. I don't like the Beatles personally, but
Oh, see, I do, but there is and I totally understand Quincy Jones's point, which is because he wasn't saying like they've always been terrible. He was just saying when he first met them,
they
they
started out, yeah,
because they were doing "I Want to Hold Your Hand," like that shit is fucking pop, like pop bubblegum bullshit, right? And it was. I mean, it was popular, but it was just bubblegum music. But like when they started doing drugs, like, and look, you can find the hard line in the Beatles catalog when they started doing drugs at like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club. That album, it changed tremendously. Like their entire style of music changed because they were doing so many drugs. But that story he told about Ringo was fucking hilarious. Ringo's story, he was like, he couldn't catch a beat or whatever. They were trying to do a song, and he was like, "Why don't you just go?" He's like, "Just get out of here for an hour. Go get some fish and chips. Get the fuck out of my face." And he brought in a jazz drummer, like a black jazz drummer, to do the fucking beat. And then Ringo comes back and they go to listen to it. He's like, oh, this is better than I thought. I was like, yeah, I guess I did all right. He was like, yeah, it sounds really good. Because it's not you, motherfucker. It's somebody else. Like, fuck out of here. But Andy, who co-hosts Look Forward with me, was saying that apparently there's stories of Paul McCartney going in and like redoing the drums of Ringo's because they were so bad. And
damn.
I was like, yo, Ringo is not appreciated in the Beatles at all.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, in fairness, like their drumming in those songs were pretty basic. Like they just were.
Again, I don't.
Yeah. No, I like some of the Beatles stuff. You know, some of it I'm just like, I'm not a 13-year-old girl, so why am I screaming on the Ed Sullivan Show for this? Like it's just it's not my type of music. But all in all, I thought this interview was pretty funny.
It was hilarious, man. Like I can't wait to be old and black. And just to not give a damn.
What is your first goal as an old black man not giving a fuck?
Tell you what I really think about you.
Me personally?
Yes.
How old do you have to be old and black? What's the
38.
40.
Tuesday, nigga.
You're like July. I don't know. I'd probably the same. It'd probably be the same.
Wait,
thing.
to me? What
no,
the
not
fuck
to
is
you.
it?
No, not to you.
What
It's
is your
like
problem?
just not giving a fuck about like I never did like your ass.
Yeah, just telling people how I really feel.
Yeah. No, look, I hear you. I hear you.
Like then again, I don't really like anybody right now.
It's not that much of a shock.
It's not a far elite from where I'm at right now.
I would do it.
I don't like your ass. Yeah, nigga, I knew that.
I would do it for my family. Like, I can't wait to get old to tell my family members, like, that they ain't shit, and I don't think they funny, and I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm
trying to
waiting
think of
for.
family members that I don't really fucking like that they already know that I don't like them because I don't talk to them.
Your cousin.
Yeah,
your
I'm the
religious
same
cousin.
way, right? Like, they keep asking me to keep going to these family reunions and shit. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to the family reunion because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You were supposed to go to Seattle in June. And I'm like, ain't nowhere in Seattle I want to go, so no, we're not going.
Oh, it's a lovely city.
I'm sure it is, but no, not with the Payne Massey Green family. It's not. And then they were like,
I always forget, by the way, here's a little like inside baseball. I always forget that Micah is actually related to my stepbrother.
yeah.
So like weirdly we're family. Like if you watch the show Rodney, who was on our Moonlight episode, yeah, they're related. So maybe he'll meet you there in Seattle.
Really?
No.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and no. Well, and I'll tell you why we're not. Because they didn't plan it right, and the thing fell through in Seattle. So now they said, all right, well, Seattle fell through, so now we're going to, drumroll please,
North Carolina.
Detroit. You think I'm taking? No, fuck no. They had to create RoboCop. That's how bad Detroit is. They did a whole movie about how fucked up Detroit is. Nah.
They did a whole show about how fucked up Baltimore.
We did, yeah. No, you know what? That was award winning. Detroit ain't win no award.
Oh.
No.
Nope.
They got a statue of RoboCop.
Fuck that. Fuck
Take a
that.
picture of that.
I've already been to Philadelphia and stood next to their the crown jewel of
With
that
the Rocky
city,
statue.
the Rocky statue.
Oh my God.
What about you, Jay?
So yeah,
My first task. Yeah, I think I would probably. You know what? I think I would wait until it was the last episode of this show. And then I would say all the things I've been wanting to say for years. And I would write a list of people, the things I have to say to them, and my views of the world. No, I'm kidding. Not really.
no, not really. You would.
No, you would.
No, I would.
Yeah,
No, absolutely.
You absolutely would.
I would. My goal in life is to get to a point, not just old and black, but old, wealthy and black. Because that's like Quincy Jones doesn't give a fuck because he's old, right? And old and black. But he's
got
also
money.
money. And that when you got money, you don't have any onus to anybody else. So I'm like, oh, well, we'll just cut your electric off. You're like, bitch, no, you won't. Like, I'll just go on TV and say that shit. Like, my daughter's making porn documentaries. We're fine. Like, yeah. So, like, he's got old money that he has earned himself, which I think is really important. So yeah, and he's old and black. So I love that. That's what I want. I just want to have that freedom to just really say anything. Like, I want to be in the grocery store and someone goes, "Oh, can I cut in line with you? I only have one thing." No, fuck off. Like, I want to be able to say it. I would never say that, but I want to be able to say it. I want in my mind to be like, I can just fuck this person's whole day up because I'm old and black and I'm 42 and it don't matter.
If I had, yeah, because I'm
I
like,
can't
I'm
imagine.
I'm kind of like, I'm a nice guy, right? But like,
Sure. I don't like anyone. Rewind
Everybody knows that I don't like them. That's why they don't talk to me.
4 minutes ago. I'm a nice guy.
But here's the thing: if I talk to you, that means you're cool.
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go. So,
Hey, we're doing
but
all right.
if I was at that age and I had the money,
Oh,
like,
no,
I've held,
they can't do interviews with you.
I held so much shit in over the years. Like, if somebody,
Really?
if
That is shocking to me.
it really is. Like, trust me. But if I got to that point, yo,
That's a wrap.
if I'm in the store and they're like, "Yo, can I cut in front of you? I only have 2 things, and I got a grocery fucking cart full of shit," I'd be like, "No." But I only. You want me to call the cops abuse? Like, you attacked me.
Just
Just fall out. Like, he attacked me. This white man attacked me.
This white man did.
Like,
Would you use your old rich money blackness to perform what some people would call reverse racism? I would. That's when I would start living the exact opposite of the life I have now. I'd be like, nah, fuck that. I'd be like you said, like, oh, this white man attacked me. He did.
he pushed me.
These white
I'm
youth,
80.
the white youth. I'm afraid
Fucking
of.
wildin'. Got the pants hanging around their fucking ankles.
Yeah, you just
I don't know what's going on.
exactly.
Like, but
Fuck
I
that.
got a belt on, sir. That's not what I see. Fuck you.
I don't trust him.
Yeah, I would be I'm be an asshole if I
You know
was
who I can't wait to get old? Denzel Washington.
Nigga,
already old.
Yo,
have you seen some interviews with him?
I can't
He's
wait.
right there, dude.
I
He's right on the
He's like
cusp.
65.
Yeah. on the cusp.
I can't wait for him to jump that line.
Oh, he can't wait. He been waiting his whole
He got
life.
like 5 years, yeah.
Yo, I can't wait.
Because he's gonna do movies called Fuck Your Opinion. Fuck Your Opinion's the Denzel Washington story. And I will watch that movie and I will read that book.
That's fucking funny.
Because he's already had a couple of, I'm like, yo.
Yeah, he's already
I'm like,
there.
Denzel, you still
Yeah,
trying
he's
to win
close.
Oscars, dude?
He's
Like,
close.
He's
up.
already there.
He's
Like,
up.
he can't hide it in his face anymore. You
No,
know what
he
I mean?
can't.
He can't do that shit.
What did you just ask me? I don't.
Why are you on the internet? The internet is stupid. No, he don't give a fuck. He's right there, though.
Yeah, man.
You're right. He's got about
Like
5
60
years.
Yeah, he's like 65. He don't look it.
No,
No,
he don't.
he
look
doesn't. No, he has the second he decides. Look, here's how you will know. The day Denzel announces that he's retiring from acting, that's it. That's it. Look out. Don't interview him ever again. Don't you dare put a mic in his face if you don't want to hear what he got to say. What do you think of Young Hollywood? Look, I don't want to deal with all these hookers and all these bitch ass niggas in here. Fuck out of my face. You slam the door in your face. Nah, yo. Don't let Denzel Washington. America cannot afford to let Denzel Washington retire from acting because we're not gonna be able to handle it.
You are not ready to be told about yourselves by Denzel Washington.
Nah, you're really not.
Like everybody, not just white people.
Everybody.
Right, everybody.
He's gonna do what Bill Cosby did, except not try to fuck chicks unconscious. Like that. Like, oh, let me tell you about yourself, black people. No, Denzel gonna do it, and you know what? We just gonna listen because everybody they're like, yeah, you right, Uncle Denzel. I'm sorry.
With tracksuit.
Your fucking handlebar mustache. You goddamn ridiculous. All right, that is it for us. We will see you guys next week with another episode. Obviously, it's going to be on Black Panther. We are very excited, and hopefully you are very excited as well. And we will see you guys next time.
See ya.
Take it easy.
Bye.
We out.